into a marathon. That is how you get confidence knowing I don't have to sacrifice anything in my taper. Little quote, one of the Team Ultra guys put on the team thread. Comparison is the thief of joy. But today, talking all about comparing 2019, where I PR'd, to 2021. We are looking at the last two big workouts and why am I confident going in and why I encourage everyone, always look back at your training. I think it was Tommy Reeves posted on his Instagram about the importance of journaling and what he does and looking back at the progress that he's made, because progress is not something you can see in a small vacuum, but something that you see over a long period of time. And I have two key workouts that I'm gonna go over and talk to you guys about why I look at these two workouts as race indicators, but also understanding where my pace is going to be at when I start, and so much optimism heading in to the 2021 Chicago Marathon. There are two workouts I always look at when I'm coming at. Number one, 2 times 6 miles at marathon pace, 1 mile at threshold pace with 1 mile rest in between. The second workout is between 13 to 16 miles at marathon pace to gauge where am I going to be when I hit the start line if I taper correctly. So as I dive into those, first workout I'm gonna look at is the 6 miles followed by a threshold mile times 2. So if you look here in 2019, I ran a 2:17 marathon. And what I did in that was each of the 6 mile segments was probably averaging right around 6:20, maybe 6:22, somewhere in that range. But the key indicator that I look at in this workout that is super encouraging to me leading into it is if you look at my 2 threshold miles in this workout, I had 1 threshold mile at 6 minutes, which was good. It was well below what my marathon pace was gonna be. But look at that last threshold mile. I really hit a wall, and I distinctly remember that workout going, I think I'm in a little bit of trouble here, but obviously the race ended up turning out great. Flash forward, 2021, what did that workout look like for me? 6:14, 14, 6:11, 6:09, 6:06, so almost like a progression run right there, but the threshold mile in the first one, 5:58. Smooth, easy. I was really pumped going into that one. But look at this next set. 6:13 all the way, staying in that low teens range. So not quite as fast as the first one, but still contained, moderate, and held together. But I was able to pull in a 5:53 on that last workout. So what does that tell me? One, strength is working. I added strength training for the first time. Thank you, Wahoo. And I am feeling it, and it is working out really well. 2, there is that long-term endurance that is getting built up. I think this was at mile 19 of a 22-mile run, so it felt really strong getting into it. Great comparison workout for me, heading more positive vibes as I looked at the last workout of this training session. In 2019, it was only 13.1 mile at what was supposed to be race pace, whereas this year I did 15 miles at marathon pace. So let's take a look at those. In 2019, you can see it was pretty descending, but it stayed really close to that 6:20 mark, which is about 6:20, 6:22 again, exactly like the previous workout. So roughly, I'm gonna say 3 to 5 seconds slower than what my goal marathon pace was. So a good gauge. Am I within 3 to 5 seconds of what I want my goal marathon pace to be? And dang, that workout this weekend was smooth, it was easy, and I already talked about it in my last one, but as you know, it ended up being about 6:05 per mile, which is 1 second below what I want to run the marathon in. That is how you get confidence going into a marathon. That is how you get confidence knowing I don't have to sacrifice anything in my taper. It is all about really bringing it together and focusing. Taper, taper, taper. Those two workouts are keys. I encourage you, go back as marathon season is about ready to kick off with London this weekend, Berlin coming up, all these other major marathons. If you're running one of those, go back, look. How are you comparing to last year? Give yourself a gauge and get excited get excited for yourself. I know I'm getting pumped. It's time for marathon season. Don't forget to look back on your training. See the progress from day one to where you're at now. If you have any questions about how I look at this, anything, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what race you're doing, and we'll see you on the starting line. Talk to you guys tomorrow.